Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome again with one more lecture for class 7th, and the chapter 11 is transportation of substances in animals and plants. Dear students, we know that the body of every organism is made up of cells. A large organism has millions or millions of cells in their body. In order that the organism may be able to maintain its life on the earth, all its cells must be supplied with essential substances. These essential substances are food, oxygen, water, etc. So, some arrangement is required inside an organism which can carry the essential substances to all parts so that they reach each and every cell of the body. For this, there is a transport system in both the plant body and the animal body. Transport means to carry things from one place to the another place. In biology, transportation is a life process. This transportation is a life process in which a substance absorbed, or we can say in which a substance is made at one place and is carried to other parts of the body. Large organisms such as large plants, large animals need transport system in their bodies to supply all their cells with food, oxygen, water and other essential materials. Special tissues and organs are needed for the transport of substances in plants and animals because these tissues and organs can pick up the essential substances like food, they can pick up the oxygen and water to one end of the body and carry them to other end of the other parts, or we can say the other end of the body. What is transportation? So it is a process. एक process है transportation, transport of substances from one part of plant or one part of the animal to another within the plant body or within an animal body over small distances. We can say between the adjacent cells. It takes place by diffusion. What is this diffusion? Diffusion is the movement of substances from a region of higher concentration to the region of lower concentration. Over long distances, it is through system. As far as plants are concerned, there are the complex tissues present. These complex tissues, or we can say them conducting tissues, they are known as xylem and phloem, and they translocate, or we can say they transport food and water in the plant body. In rooted plants, transport is in xylem is unidirectional from roots to the stem. So we can say that the water that is transported from roots to the aerial parts of the plant, that is in a unidirectional way. Like organic compounds that are synthesized in leaves and some other green parts of the plant also, they are transported in the bidirectional way. The mineral nutrients are transported upwards. We know that through the roots and through the xylem conducting tissue. And the transportation of the food that is transported from the leaves, we know that by the process of photosynthesis, the food is synthesized in the green leaves of the plants that is transported to other parts of the plant also. If any plant part goes under senescing, nutrients will be withdrawn from that part and moved to the growing plant part. Living things, both plants and animals including man, needed a transport system. We know that both plant bodies and animal bodies and including man, they have complex body structure, so that there is a need of transportation system through which the transportation of both the essential materials take place from one part of the body to the another part of the body. Transportation of substances. The transportation of substance to various parts of the body ensures that all the parts of the body are working well. What are the important substances whose supply to different organs is so important? We know that food, that is important. We know that oxygen, that is also important. We know that water and minerals, that are also important. Waste products that are formed in the body during different processes, they are also thrown out of the body. For that, transportation system is also important. To stay alive, all living organisms need to transport materials like food, to transport water and oxygen to various parts of the body. Food and oxygen are transported to all the cells of the body for respiration and growth. We know that for respiration, for the breakdown of the food inside the cells, we need oxygen, so that oxygen is to be transported to each and every cell of the body. Waste products are transported from the cells to the organs that excrete them. We know that oxygen is the substance without which the process of oxidation cannot take place in the cells. Thus, it is needed to be transported to all the cells of the body. Water and minerals are important for the proper functioning of the body, so they also needed to be transported. Waste products, they are formed during the process like digestion, respiration, etc. Some products are there released. These products are poisonous and thus needed to be transported out of the body regularly. Transport of materials in animals. Dear students, we know that there are two types of animals. One, unicellular animals, second, multicellular animals. Unicellular animals are those, unicellular organisms are those organisms which are made up of single cell, like amoeba, paramecium, hydra, they are unicellular organisms. And multicellular organisms, they are made up of millions of cells, or we can say they are made of more than two cells. In different animals, different transport systems are there. In unicellular organisms, materials are transported simply by diffusion, as they do not have any transport system. So we can say in unicellular organism, transport system is absent. They do not have any transport system. Like amoeba, paramecium, hydra, they do not need any transport system, and the transport of substance that takes place in them, that is by the process of diffusion. Like liquids, gases, if they have need of any liquid or if they have need of any gas, that takes place by the process of diffusion. Hydra, this is one of the unicellular organism. Hydra uses water as the medium of transportation of materials to all the other parts of the body. This water is also used by the hydra for the excretion of waste materials from the body. As far as the multicellular organisms are concerned, they have specially designed a transport system. For this, their transport system performs the task of transportation of materials in the body. They have different organs for transportation and excretion. Okay, in humans, a well-developed circulatory system is there, a well-developed excretory system is there to perform this function, to perform the function of transportation from one part of the body to the other part of the body. As far as the protozoans are concerned, the mode of nutrition is holozoic. We know there are two types of mode of nutrition. First is autotrophic, second is heterotrophic. Heterotrophic is further divided into three types, that is saprophytic, parasitic, and holozoic. We know that protozoa, that is mode of nutrition, is holozoic or parasitic. Sometimes it's holozoic, sometimes it is parasitic. Digestion takes place in the body of in the food vacuoles, those food vacuoles that are present in the protozoans, so that digestion takes place there. The nutrients reach every part of the cell by the diffusion. So we know that this protozoan, that the nutrients that are present in that food, that reaches to the every part of the protozoan body by the process of simple diffusion. Because these protozoans that are unicellular, so that their body size is not large. So we can say the transport system, specialized transport system is absent there. By the process of simple diffusion, the transportation of materials takes place in those. Amoeba, that is one of the unicellular organism. Paramecium, that is unicellular organism. Same Plasmodium, that is also an unicellular organism. Dear students, the process of diffusion is too slow to work in higher animals, including humans. We know that in higher animals and in humans, there is a complex body structure. In such animals, a well-developed pickup and delivery system known as circulatory system is present. In the circulatory system, the blood delivers food and oxygen to every cell in the body. This blood also carries wastes away from every cell in the body. The circulatory system consists of blood, blood vessels, and the heart. What is the circulatory system? Special organ system for the transportation of materials in it, called a circulatory system. This is a special organ system in which different organs are involved. They perform the transportation of material, they perform the transportation of oxygen, transportation of food, transportation of water and minerals, transportation of waste products from one part of the body to the another part of the body. For that transportation, special organs are needed, and this circulatory system consists of those special organs, or we can say special organ system for the transportation of those materials, called circulatory system.